Donnarumma transfer contract has been made. Guys, it's really one of the hugest stories that you'll ever get in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having fun. It's strictly Donnarumma. Donnarumma, Italian goalkeeper, PSG best, and that's where he's playing right now. Won the Champions League, won League One, lost to Chelsea in the FIFA Club World Cup finale, and here we come to obviously see to it that we bring you what our thoughts are about this deal. Looks like he is getting out of PSG, and a lot is set to obviously be discussed onto this deal. There are clubs that have been linked to him. We're obviously going to be dissecting that. And secondly, we're obviously going to be coming up with what we call a very huge resourceful source that has gonna obviously tell us a lot about this deal. Rokani David is my name. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers and go into the lower right bottom corner because that's where we best want our conversation to obviously be. So guys, I'm here and let's go eyes as Fabrizio Romano first told us yesterday about this deal that a team known as Chelsea are not in active talks to sign Donnarumma despite links. He's not a target at Chelsea. He's not a target as Chelsea are happy with their goalkeepers. Now, there are rumors yesterday that Chelsea were in for Donnarumma because Donnarumma is on his way out of PSG. Reason, they went ahead and signed a goalkeeper, 23 years of old. Is it from Lyon, known as Chevalier? And when they are really naming the squad to go ahead and really take part into what we call the Super Cup that is going to be played, I think, this Friday between Tottenham Hotspur and the side of PSG. Remember, the Super Cup is a match that is played between the winner of the UEFA Europa League and the winner of the Champions League, and it's obviously going to be played this Friday, and Donnarumma was not part of the squad for a side known as PSG, meaning that he is out of the plans of the manager and they want him out. Now, today, Fabrizio Romano has went ahead and obviously told us the following, that Man City have gone ahead to make contact, and they've gone ahead to really make inquiries on whether Donnarumma is available. And Fabrizio Romano has told us that Man City made contact with PSG to ask for Donnarumma deal conditions. Current deal request around 50 million euros, deemed too high, and deal would only be possible if Ederson leaves. Chelsea are not in the race. Donnarumma will soon clarify his position. Information follows. Now, the club known as Man City are so much in question on whether Ederson is leaving or not. And for Ederson, I'm obviously going to be giving a hint on where he's obviously going to be going. So, the side of Chelsea has gone ahead to obviously do the needful, and they don't want this. They feel like Sanchez and the other goalkeepers, they're okay with them. Then, for Man City, they've gone ahead to obviously contact PSG, and they're asking them about the deal conditions of Donnarumma, because the fact is Donnarumma is up for sale. That is it. The man is up for sale. You might say what you are saying, but Donnarumma is up for sale. That is it. He is up for sale and is on the market because they've gone ahead to bring in someone who they think is really better. And that deal was led by the president of PSG, Al Khelaïfi, to see to it that Chevalier comes into the side of PSG. And when they're playing against Spurs, I tell you what, he's the man gonna be in between the stitches for that particular club in there for you. So Donnarumma is really one of those that Man City wants to bring in through as a replacement for Ederson. Why Ederson? Big deal and big story from Fabrizio Romano again, telling us that Ederson, Galatasaray have made direct contact approach with Man City for Ederson as main target at goalkeeper. Donnarumma option never seen as concrete, with Galatasaray focused on Ederson deal. Talks ongoing on both club and player side. It could be key for Man City pursuing Donnarumma. Now, for Man City and Ederson, it looked like Ederson has always wanted to leave the club of Man City and maybe try his luck elsewhere, because he feels like he has gone ahead to win everything. Last year, he was close to going to the Saudi Pro League, and from nowhere, he went ahead to snare at Man City. And this season, it looks like the guy is ready to say to it that he leaves the club of Man City. And this time around, he's going to Galatasaray and not going to a side called, was it Al Hilal in there, where he wanted to go last time. And when he really leaves, that will obviously act as a catalyst for Man City to obviously go in for Donnarumma. Now, Donnarumma is 26 years of age, Italian, and he's a very good goalkeeper. You know, he started to be in between the stitches for AC Milan for some time when he was really young, and then he left as a free agent to PSG, and PSG now want to collect 50 million euros from Donnarumma, something that I believe is not really gonna work. I think a club that is willing to obviously take him will see themselves really pay, I think, 40 million euros or 30 million euros. And if you got in a player for free, like Donnarumma, however much you've been paying him, close to 250,000 euros per week, I think if a club offers you 300 to 400 million euros, you let Donnarumma go, because that's really a fair fee, and it's a pure profit for the side of PSG. But you're waiting to see how things really happen. But I think they want to rip back the amount of money they've gone ahead to use to sign a player known as Chevalier, because they paid close to 40 million euros guaranteed fees and some more add-ons. It looks like they want to rip 50 million euros back. And by the way, if you are really a person who is interested in a goalkeeper like Donnarumma, 50 million euros is not a lot of money, you know? It's not a lot of money. If you are interested in Donnarumma for real, 50 million euros is not a huge amount of money, as when you look at the quality goalkeepers and the amount of money they really come in through. Because I can literally tell you about Alisson Becker, you know, close to 70 million euros is what Liverpool paid for him to cross from AS Roma to join them. You know, Andre Onana to Manchester United, it was close to 40 million euros plus. You know, that means 50 is an average price for a goalkeeper, and this is a Champions League winning goalkeeper who is obviously named the best goalkeeper in Europe the previous season. So I think it really means a lot for the side of Man City and where they're obviously going to be playing at. It means a lot for Donnarumma, because very many other clubs have gone ahead to be interested in him. There is Manchester United. By the way, he's being linked so much to Manchester United. And for the story about Man United, I'm obviously going to go on to what we call the United Matters channel and really talk about the hijack of the deal of a man known as Donnarumma, because United have always gone ahead, obviously want the player, and there is something huge that has gone ahead to happen in here that we need to discuss, and it's all about Man City joining the rest. And when Man City comes in through, it's a club that doesn't even take 1 to 3 days to negotiate a deal. In a space of like 10 hours, they can obviously pull off that deal and in the next day you hear, here we go, medical player unveiled. And as Man City plays their opening game over the weekend, you might see to it that the player in between the stitches of Man City is none other than Donnarumma. So United needs to obviously pay a lot of attention to detail onto this. And for Man City, I feel for Ortega, you know, Ortega has always gone ahead to push to leave Man City, and he has always threatened that, all right, I'm going to leave if you don't make me the first choice goalkeeper. Now, if Ederson is leaving, why don't you grant Ortega his chance? Maybe Man City is like, Ortega, you don't live up to the standards that we really want at this particular side, known as the City goalkeeping department. So we wait and see how that pans out. But the fact is, Donnarumma transfer contract has been made, and anytime from now, you might see him in the Premier League. And I think his destination is going to be the Premier League. If he doesn't go to Man City, he's obviously going to go to Manchester United. So guys, your thoughts onto Donnarumma transfer contract made are welcome in the comment section below. Please and please let me know. Do you think he is worth 50 million euros as PSG is calling in for? If not, tell me why. If yes, tell me why, because I really want to see you guys coming in through with a proper proper discussion about this. Rokani David is my name. Second video of the day. More is yet to come. We started the day with Eze, and now we are heading to Donnarumma. And I don't know who is obviously going to be coming next in here, but we are still in for this.